Let's grab another training gimmick, the Bosu ball. Now, I just finished watching the Fantastic Four movie. It's like 6 p.m. My body's oddly fatigued right now, but I'm gonna be doing some movements today. I'm gonna be doing some bodybuilding with the sandbags. I actually need to grab the training sandbag in a little bit. I might be doing some stuff on top of this Bosu ball. But as I said, the word of the day is inefficiency. And let me explain a few things about inefficiency. You know, whenever I see and hear content on YouTube, when people talk about fitness and lifting and muscle, a lot of things are based off of being extremely optimal, lifting certain things in the most efficient way possible. But oddly enough, I think that there is a power in a lack of efficiency. Now, it doesn't mean that everything you do needs to be on top of a Bosu ball, or everything you do needs to be, oh, come on, get in there. There we go. Good. Let's hope that stays. Nice. Oh, my ankles are gonna love that. That doesn't mean that everything needs to be in weird angles and rotational, etc. But one of the reasons why I love sandbags, and this statement is something that I got from Coach Christopher Chamberlain, and it's something that, I realized, but I think when he said it, I was like, yeah, that is one of the reasons why I love sandbags, is when you come up to the tool, come up to the sandbag, it's this round object that is misshapen. It has this stuff inside of it that molds to your hands. When you put your hands underneath it, when you get underneath it and you grab it, you then have to create this pressure against the bag. So, for example, let's bring this one right here is 150, right? It is 150, right? Yeah, it's 150. I'm gonna do some rows. All right, when I came down, I was inhaling. When I brought it up, I was exhaling. But it forces you to have to potentially use a few muscles or other muscles to help stabilize. Whereas, let's imagine, this 22 kilogram kettlebell, it's more efficient. Let's do a row right here. And it's even more efficient to have my hand on this surface as to take away the need for my back to help me stabilize here and do this row here, focusing on the lat. All three ways are beneficial. But, when I do this with the sandbag, I want to get the whole body working in tandem. And the goal over time is to be able to do what I'm doing with this 150. Now, let's grab this 200. Oh. Right? And then over time, do that with 250, 300, etc. I'm building that overall strength. Now, if I went to a machine, I went to a barbell and did rows with a support or something like that, would I be able to build a little bit more muscle quicker? Absolutely. But my goal when working with these implements is to develop a full body level of strength. And one of the reasons I also like the sandbag is that it incorporates the hands. So a barbell has a handle kind of similar to this kettlebell, but much longer. You grab, it's this perfect handle. The sandbag forces you to get your hands around this object, right? Squeeze against it. Really use the whole body for the lift. Inefficient, yes, but develops a level of coordinated strength that I think is actually, especially when I do a sandbag lift like that, is very similar to an Olympic lift. So it turns into something that can help build power. Okay, I'm gonna talk more, but I actually want to do a little bit of lifting now. So I'm gonna turn on some music and we're gonna start to lift. What do I wanna listen to? That's nice. I'm doing exactly what you think I'm doing right now. I have the sandbag above my knee. I'm keeping it balanced here. I'm doing calf raises. Single leg calf raises. All right. Switch to my right. Okay, lean forward. Get some knee flexion. Hold at the top. Hold at the top. What could make this even better would be if I maybe had a slant board underneath. Could bring even more to the calf. Very inefficient. Actually, look at my Also, looks like we may have solved the problem of the mic constantly going out. That's why I have this hat on. So I think the mic has been getting sweaty when I wore it on my necklace. But if it's on here, I'll sweat, but the mic won't catch the sweat. This right here, it's actually quite interesting. If you ever watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, you've seen water benders. So right here, this is the aqua swing. It's pretty cool. It's available at the Strong Human store. I like it as a little shift in what I've been doing with rope flow, because now I'm just kind of manipulating this water. I mean, you can watch as I pull and manipulate the water from side to side. It's a nice little stimulus, but it also, you know, when you work with the rope, you learn how to control that rope. And with the aqua swing, you're now controlling water, doing all the same things we've learned to do with the rope. It's a nice stimulus and almost like it's a nice understanding of the transfer of energy, because now I'm not just swinging this thing through space, I'm controlling and trying to bend the water to my will and keep the water in control with my body. Close your eyes and feel it. And right now I have it around my fingers, which is a nice little different stimulus in and of itself. It's cool how I have to kind of manipulate my body around the water. Very cool. I like the way this feels. Okay. All right. Let's see if I move this here so it doesn't. I can't hear you. What's up? That was incredible. It's not. It's not actually incredible. It's just 150 pounds. The incredible Hulk. You're funny. Okay. Pushing a car off of me. Love you too. I love my slimy boy. I'm gonna go shower. And then I'll be ready to watch Dexter. I'll be ready in a bit. So that was only 150 pounds. But the cool thing again is the way the hands have to organize underneath that. One of my areas that I'm really trying to improve over time, it's been a weakness for a long time. It's been getting better. There was a point in time where I wasn't even able to do push-ups because my wrist caused me so much pain. But by working with the rope, getting all that wrist rotation, working with clubs, doing a lot of direct wrist forearm work, this area has started becoming much stronger. And those, doing presses with the bag, is really nice because it forces you to open your hands while pressing, and there's some nice wrist pressure that I have to adapt to. So, and that's just 150. But one thing to remember here is the breath. I was inhaling when I was coming down, and then exhaling when coming up. So it's a concept. I'd never hold my breath when doing any of this work. Alrighty. So, 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 so. How much is that? All right. Felt easier than ever. It's 35 pounds. You know, let me get this other sandbag real quick. Actually, before I do that, let's do another set of sandbag rows. And then I'm gonna go get the training sandbag. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna use the training sandbags a little bit too. Let's do some rope flow. Actually. Okay. Okay. uh. Okay, okay. All right. Some shoulder presses, the training sandbag. And these are kind of fun. So I'll bring the training sandbag up here to my fists. Then I have to kind of keep it balanced, pressing it above head, bringing it back down. It's a nice stimulus versus like an overhead press. So I'll show you what I mean. I think this one's maybe 110 pounds or something. It's the extra large. Yeah, it's the extra large training sandbag. All these things you can get at the Stronger Human store if you don't know. This is under functional fitness equipment. So I'll grab these handles. You also grab the 3 handle, but I'm going to grab the 2 handle here. Clean, fine work, and go underneath my fists. Whew. Feels nice. Do that again in a second. Whew. Come on. Is the mic still on? Looks like it is. All right. I'm gonna do some more pressing with that bag. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do the airport suitcase fling. Or just so one cool thing I like about sandbags is that you can lift it in the classic way. So let me show you what I mean. Classic sandbag to shoulder would have you do it in 2 motions. Okay? Here, Boom, 1, 2. Okay? But then there's the fling, which is like an Olympic lift, where I'm gonna go into triple extension, this bag, and the goal is to just yeet this boy over my shoulder. Using the breath to push me through the whole movement. So that's with 200. With Juji, the bag I did it with, I weighed it. It wasn't, I mentioned in the video that it was actually around 240. It was actually around 236. I weighed it after just to make sure. So 236, 4 pounds off, but I know I'm close to being able to do that with 250, which is nice. But this is how I get that power stimulus from the sandbag, right? That you would get with an Olympic lift. And of course, you know, I could do, I think I'm pretty sure I could like clean close to maybe 3 plates on a clean. So of course that's more load. But I think the sandbag, it's more like a human, the implement itself, right? Yeah, when I use these handles, oh, you're good. No, 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 no. You can go, it's fine. People here are so nice. She could have come all the way through and just go home, but she was like, you know what, I'll go the other way. Anyway, I appreciate you. Yes, so now when I do that with this, right, there are many different handles. There are the 3 handles here, the 2 handles here, the 2 handles at the side, and it gives me a good amount of variability with like, how do I want to fling the sandbag over my shoulder? And the goal that I have when I do this is I try to figure out how many ways can I orient my body around this sandbag to get it over my right shoulder and to get it over my left shoulder. So I may grab these 2 handles here and then, right? Then I brought that over my left shoulder, so the next one's my right shoulder. I'll grab the end handles here, right? And toss it like that. And then maybe I want to grab the body of the bag, and now I have no handles, but I have to grab the meat of the sandbag, try to get some bearings, and then create power to, right? Again, using the breath to help bring it over. I brought that over my right shoulder, so now I'm gonna maybe grab one handle and then a piece of the body here, and not a handle, but maybe I grab a fistful of sand, and then now over the right shoulder, right? Again, this variability forces me, you know, I mentioned earlier in the video that the sandbag, because of the implement and the way it can be misshapen, no 2 lifts are the same. But now I'm forcing all the lifts to be very different because I'm forcing myself to find different grips on the bag. So we can kind of even take this into the way I'm pressing the bag. I've never actually tried this, but now I'm thinking about it. What if I were to, okay, clean the bag here, okay. Now, I use my hand. I use my hand to help there, but that could kind of turn itself into a bent press. Whew, that was different. Anyway, these are just ideas. But this is why I kind of like these implements, because it'll force you to come up with some new ideas in terms of lifting. And it'll force your body to do different things. Okay, now, Let's do some sandbag. Squats. We haven't done any squats. So I'll do some. Ooh, actually, I wonder how it would feel if I squat down to the Bosu ball. I was gonna do it down to the sandbag, but this might be an interesting stem. So first we do it without. Oh my gosh, that would be, oh, this is gonna be awkward if I have weight on me. Actually, probably a tad dangerous. So we're not gonna squat down to the Bosu ball. We will just squat. For all my grapplers, you know, this is gable grip here on this bag. Compressing it on the body as you come into this position. Inhaling as I come down. Exhaling as I come on. Give him a rest down here a little bit. I'm fatigued. Okay. Oh my goodness. This is a nice little session. This is one thing I want you to think about, you know. I came into this session already feeling a little bit tired. I ran a few miles earlier today. There's a few reasons why I'm a bit fatigued, but I was able to do some different movements, push the reps a bit, push my body a bit, but I was able to do what my body gave me. Because it's not every day that I'm gonna come and my body's gonna be like, okay, let's do the hardest things possible. But, you know, just bring the equipment out, move around, get blood going, get some movement, do some rows, do some pressing, some different type of explosive throws. And right now, I could do a bit more, but I think I'm gonna call it. Dexter is out right now. I know my lady wants to watch it, so I wanna go watch it with her, but I got in some good movement. My body feels better than when it began. Like right now, my body feels amazing, really good. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to push myself. And on days that I can push myself more, I'll push myself more, right? But each day, I just do what my body allows because guess what? This is a long game. Sorry about the grass, but this is a long game. This is something that I'm gonna be doing for the rest of my life. So there's no reason to come to my practice and every day cause an extreme level of fatigue, especially if I'm already fatigued, right? I give myself what my body wants. And that's good. But you know what my body does want? My body does want a few more Mace swings. I want to get 10 on each side. And in my next workout, I'm gonna load on 5 more pounds on this thing. We're gonna work with 40, which isn't extremely heavy, but it's progress, right? I'm gonna do what my body gives me then. So the goal is 20 total swings. 10 on the right, 10 on the left. You know, one cool PR though, is I'm not using chalk right now. And usually for this, I think that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now let's switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Some of them were a bit sloppy. But I'm okay with that because it actually felt very easy. And that's what I'm looking for. Looking for it to feel good, easy. Because now, that means that I can progress to a heavier weight. Now, I really didn't use this Bosu ball much today. So, I think I'm going to take it inside of my house. Although it's now a little yucky. But the great thing I like about this is just the way I can bring my body down to it. And I can sit in Seiza on the ground, but it's kind of nice to have this variable resistance. If I put my feet on it, my feet will have to form against the ball, grab against the ball. But it's the last thing I'll mention. This tool right here has gotten so much disrespect by the general fitness industry. And yeah, I think people know that I respect David Weck. He's an eccentric guy. He does some wild things every now and then, says some wild things on social media every now and then. But David has been a force of general good in health and fitness and has brought a lot of really great ideas. And not everything's perfect, but the Bosu ball was a great idea. And some people are just, seeing somebody do a squat on a Bosu ball, is a squat more efficient when it's done on flat ground? Absolutely. But if you choose to do a squat with weight on top of a Bosu ball to work a little bit of proprioception, a little bit of balance, along with squatting, is that a horrible idea? No. It's like, it adds another layer to what you're doing in terms of your fitness. I'll sometimes take the rope and I'll see on one leg, what are the different ways I can organize my body to flow with this rope, right? Is that efficient? No. But is it a waste of time? Absolutely not. Developing better balance and proprioception. The Bosu ball can do many things. So I would suggest, don't, when you hear people talking shit on social, so I'm not much of a shit talker when it comes to the things I share. You won't see me making posts bashing people. You won't see me doing that. It's not because I need to make friends with everybody now, but it's just because I'd rather spend my time sharing ideas that I think are beneficial versus trying to tear people down. That's not the way I operate. I don't operate by trying to tear people down. And some people will look at that and say, oh, you just don't have strong opinions and strong stances. There are things that I believe, but I don't think that means that everything I believe is right and everything that I believe is the way things must be done. At the same time, I'd rather just share with you things that I think will help you become a stronger human. And I don't think tearing people down makes me a stronger human being. I think it makes me a worse human being. So, all the equipment you can get at the Stronger Human store. You can also get the Stronger Human bundle, which is 7 different programs: Untapped Feet, Untapped Neck, the Stronger Human Movement Foundations, the many different courses, soft tissue course, all those courses are in there. Join the Stronger Human community of over 18,000 members now. It's so crazy. There's so many great people helping each other out in there. The free Rope Flow Foundations course is in there for you to learn the practice of rope flow, which I look at as a foundation to fluid movement. That'll help you learn things like kettlebell flow, working with the clubs. And I'll see you guys in the next one.